On the 10th anniversary of Twilight, Stephenie Meyer released a gender-swapped version of the story. It wasn't finished, and fans felt that it didn't deliver on the idea. But what if it had? What would Twilight look like if it was written completely for men? And I don't mean being sexy. That's too easy. I mean as a fantasy that hit men's romantic instincts. Some things would be the same, but others would be very different. I think it's interesting, so let's do it. First, of course, Edward is going to be human, and Bella is the vampire. And Edward's actually going to have less personality. In romance movies, the target audience is almost always represented by the plain character. But we won't change their status. Edward has friends, but Bella is still the mysterious new girl who catches his eye. She's not rich or well-known. This is because men are built to be the providers, so they don't look for status in a girl. And in fact, a girl in demand can actually be dangerous to them, because they can end up fighting other guys. Likewise, originally, Edward has his manly traits pushed to supernatural levels. So maybe Bella can supernaturally make flowers bloom in her hand. But while she'd be beautiful, she would not be supernaturally sexy. Because while men like that, their romantic feelings are based on long-term things, like loyalty. Because a guy has to be sure that his children are his.
Look at me, I'm Sandra D, lousy with virginity.
So she'd keep to herself, only being interested in him. Now, how would she actually show her interest in him? This is something different, because unlike Edward the vampire, Bella the vampire would actually be very quiet, because men pursue women. You see, there are 2 points of fear in any romance. One is for the girl, when they sleep together, because being pregnant disables you physically. So in the old days, if your mate left, it could be a disaster. So women have a natural fear of sleeping with men without an emotional commitment. But men have another fear, which kicks in when they're about to approach a girl.
Think I can get your number?
No.
I'm gonna go kill myself.
Because getting rejected can seriously hurt someone's reputation, and a loud or talkative woman is more likely to do that to you. So, over time, men who pursued quiet women did better, and now men are naturally attracted to it.
Won't come across, even rock Hudson lost. His heart to Doris Day.
So, Bella in this story will almost never talk. She communicates with her eyes. This is a bit different than Edward's stare in the normal movie, since it's her whole personality. But either way, when this is done right, it drives guys crazy.
Vince Russo was madly fixated on Sable. McMahon thought that Sable was the most gorgeous creature to ever see. What a lady she was.
And then Edward would go after her, because men are natural hunters. Going out and getting the girl plays into every instinct we have. And her eyes will be the cue that make him realize that she's not just a beautiful girl, but she's a beautiful girl that is interested in him, which will kick that feeling into overdrive. Now, okay, they go out, there's chemistry, but on top of that, let's say that she's psychic, like Edward in the original movie, except that while Edward could read thoughts, here Bella reads feelings. Feelings are way more romantic than thoughts, and she could say that she was drawn to him because she feels something different in his heart. Honor, you might say. Because, though we wouldn't admit it, most guys see themselves as heroes, but we never get to feel like it. So this could be really powerful. And then, Edward would get her out of the vampire family, including fighting the guy vampire. This is normal movie stuff, except that Bella is still psychic. She would see and feel him doing it. When women observe a battle, it adds a huge amount to it. That's why cheerleaders and ring girls exist. Anyway, in the sequels, he'd protect her from them, they'd maybe make peace, and ultimately, he'd find a cure and make her human. Like how Edward made Bella a vampire in the originals. Done right, I think this could really work. And if you agree, and you want to see something like it, the closest thing would probably be The Lost Boys from 1987. So, check that out if you like. I do recommend it, but if you're a guy, be warned, because you might fall in love. Either way, subscribe, and thanks.